Most people get this wrong when they look at cash advance apps. They see a number like $250 and immediately think, that's way too small. But here's the truth no one tells you. For a lot of people, a small advance can actually solve a very expensive problem. If you're wondering whether Bridget's $250 limit is actually useful in real life, this video will give you the full answer. We'll break down what you can realistically do with that money, who benefits the most from it, where the app falls short, and whether there are better options in 2026. And don't worry. I'll also show you the biggest mistake people make with these apps that can quietly trap them into a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. So let's get straight into it. Bridget is a cash advance app that gives eligible users up to $250 before payday. The idea is simple. You borrow a small amount, avoid overdraft fees, and repay it automatically when your next paycheck arrives. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people are not using Bridget for emergencies like hospital bills or major car repairs. They're using it for short-term survival gaps. Think about someone like Jake. Payday is 3 days away. His bank account is negative $20. His electricity bill is due tomorrow. If he overdrafts his account again, his bank charges him $35. In that situation, even a $100 advance becomes valuable. That's the key thing people misunderstand. Bridget is not trying to replace a personal loan. It's designed to help cover small financial gaps before payday. But here's the problem. Whether $250 feels useful depends completely on your financial situation. For someone making $4,000 a month, $250 may feel tiny. But for someone living paycheck to paycheck, that amount can prevent overdraft fees, missed payments, late charges, or even utility shutoffs. And those penalties add up fast. Now let's talk about what the average Bridget user actually gets approved for, because this is where most people fail to understand how these apps work. The advertised limit is up to $250. That does not mean everyone instantly gets the full amount. In reality, many new users start lower. Sometimes $50. Sometimes $100. The app looks at things like your bank activity, direct deposits, spending habits, and account balance patterns. So if Alex signs up today with inconsistent income and frequent overdrafts, Bridget may approve only a small amount at first. But if John has steady weekly deposits, predictable spending, and a healthy bank history, he has a much better chance of getting closer to the maximum limit. This is important because many users expect instant access to the full $250 and get disappointed. Now in a minute, I'll show you how some users increase their limit faster. But first, let's answer the bigger question. Is $250 actually enough in 2026? Honestly, for major emergencies, no. Why? If your transmission fails or your rent is overdue, Bridget probably will not solve the problem. $250 disappears quickly in today's economy. But for short-term cash flow issues, it can absolutely help. Let's look at a few realistic examples. Imagine Sarah's phone bill is due tomorrow. She needs her phone for work. The bill is $110. Payday is 2 days away. Bridget covers it. Or Mike's gas tank is empty, and he needs to commute for the next 4 days. A small advance helps him avoid missing work. This is where small advances become surprisingly useful. They buy time. And time matters financially. But here's the dangerous part nobody talks about enough. Cash advance apps can create dependency if you use them every single pay cycle. This is where most people fail. If you borrow $200 every paycheck, then repay it automatically on payday, your next paycheck feels smaller. Then you borrow again. And the cycle repeats. At that point, the app stops being a temporary tool and becomes part of your monthly budget. That's risky. The smartest way to use Bridget is occasionally, not permanently. Now, let's compare Bridget's limit to competitors because this changes the conversation a lot. Apps like Current Advertise advances up to $750. Chime My Pay may offer larger limits for qualified users. Dave and Albert also compete in this space. So naturally people ask, why would I use Bridget if others offer more? Good question. The answer usually comes down to approval odds and simplicity. Some larger limit apps have stricter qualification requirements. Others depend heavily on direct deposit history. Some require stronger banking patterns. Bridget tends to appeal to users who want something simple and predictable. But here's the catch. The subscription fee matters. Bridget is not completely free. Users typically pay a monthly membership fee to access features like advances, credit monitoring, budgeting tools, and overdraft alerts. And this changes the math. If you only use the app once every few months, the monthly fee may not feel worth it. But if the app helps you avoid repeated overdraft charges, then the value becomes easier to justify. Let's do a quick real-world comparison. Suppose your bank charges $35 per overdraft. If Bridget's advance prevents even one overdraft, you may already come out ahead financially for that month. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people use these apps emotionally instead of strategically. What do I mean by that? Instead of fixing a temporary shortfall, they start using advances for impulse spending. Food delivery, shopping, random subscriptions. That's where these apps become dangerous. Because borrowed money always catches up eventually. Now let's talk about how to maximize the usefulness of Bridget at its limit if you do decide to use it. First, maintain steady deposits. Apps like Bridget love predictable income patterns. If your account consistently receives payroll deposits, your chances of higher limits improve. Second, avoid constant negative balances. If your bank account regularly drops deep into overdraft territory, the app may see you as a higher risk. Third, connect your primary spending account. This is where many people fail. They link a secondary account with little activity, then wonder why their approval is low. The app wants to see real financial patterns. Fourth, repay advances consistently. Reliable repayment history helps build trust with the platform over time. Now, here's something many YouTube videos skip entirely. Even though Bridget advertises no interest, instant transfer options may still involve fees depending on how quickly you want the money. Standard delivery may take longer, while instant funding can cost extra. That means timing matters. If you wait until your account is already negative, you may end up paying extra just to get funds immediately. Planning ahead saves money. And speaking of timing, this is another area where expectations get unrealistic. Some people think these apps are magic emergency solutions available 24/7. But bank processing times still matter. Weekends matter. Holidays matter. So if you need money urgently at midnight on Sunday, delays can still happen depending on your bank. That's why relying entirely on cash advance apps is risky. You still need some kind of emergency cushion, even if it's small. Now let's answer the question directly. Is Bridget's $250 limit enough to be useful? For short-term gaps, yes. For long-term financial problems, no. And that distinction matters a lot. If you use it strategically to avoid overdrafts, keep utilities on, buy groceries before payday, or cover transportation costs, it can absolutely help. But if you expect it to solve major debt problems, rent shortages, or chronic overspending, you'll probably end up disappointed. The real value is convenience and timing, not life-changing amounts of money. And honestly, that's how most successful users treat it. They use it as a backup tool, not as income. Before we wrap up, here's one final thing you should know. The best financial app is still the one you eventually stop needing. That sounds obvious, but it's true. Cash advance apps can buy breathing room. But they do not replace budgeting, emergency savings, or stable income. Even saving $20 per paycheck over time can reduce dependence on these apps dramatically. And ironically, the people who use Bridget most effectively are usually the ones who use it the least. So here's the bottom line. Bridget's $250 limit is not huge. But for many people, it's enough to avoid overdraft fees, late bills, and short-term cash stress. The app works best for temporary problems, not permanent ones. If you understand that going in, it can be genuinely useful. If you expect it to function like a large loan, you'll probably be frustrated. And that's the real answer most people never hear. If this video helped you understand how Bridget actually works, hit the like button and subscribe for more honest breakdowns of cash advance apps, banking tools, and smart money strategies in 2026. And let me know in the comments, what's the biggest cash advance you've ever qualified for on any app?